Welcome once again to the studios of the New School Center for Media on the Harriman campus in Albany. Jim Steele joining you today. And this is all a production of the students of the New School Center for Media. You can get more information about joining the team at newschoolalbany.edu. It's under direction of the chairperson of the studio television and studio production course and director of education, Danielle Krozik. Thanks for joining us today. And this is one of my favorite times of year. Not necessarily because of the change of weather, which we're certainly still hoping for, but because Restaurant Week in Albany is just around the corner. And joining us in studio today from the Downtown Albany Business Improvement District is Marquita Rhodes, the Assistant Director. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Let's hear all about Restaurant Week.
Oh my goodness, yes, it's back. So we're only doing Restaurant Week once a year now, and It is a dynamic invitation for people to come out and participate with 16 different restaurants, getting 3-course meals at a lower discounted price of just $20.15. So it's this opportunity to check out some of the best things that are happening within the restaurant, looking at their menus. We've got videos online giving a sneak peek of all the cooks preparing a specific dish. And it's just a fun time to grab your friends and come on out.
And I see that they're all, maybe not all of them, but most of them valued at about $35. So it is a great savings.
It is a really discounted meal opportunity, and I think 3 courses is a lot of food to begin with. So there's always the opportunity to take some home, but it's a great promotion. It allows people to come out and try something new in a nice way, where they get a choice where maybe you wouldn't take a dessert normally, or you wouldn't maybe take an appetizer. You do get the offering of 3 different entree, appetizer, and dessert, and get to check it all out.
And are reservations required?
Some of the restaurants do require reservations and some don't, and that's indicated on each specific menu, which is on our website at downtownalbany.org.
So you can go to downtownalbany.org and you'll see all of the 16 restaurants listed there.
Correct.
And I've been there myself, so I know that you can go through each of the menus that are available, what the choices are for the restaurant week.
Right. So we have 3 different restaurants, rather I should say 3 new restaurants that are participating. And new meaning one, the Public House 42 that recently opened across from the Convention Center construction site on Eagle Street. And that's an Irish pub. That's actually a brand new restaurant. And then we have 2 rebranded locations, which is the Parish House that used to be the Red Square music venue, is now a Louisiana eatery, which is really cool. And the Victory Cafe was taken over with new management. It's now called Dawn's Victory Sports Cafe, and she is trying a new venture. So we're very excited to have the 3 new participants joining us in the lineup for Restaurant Week.
Now, do you, as the assistant director, get to taste things at all of these different places?
I am sure they would let me, but I try not to do that. It is an occupational hazard, as you might expect. We have over 60 different places to eat in downtown, and it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes.
And that's anything from fast food to bakery and all sorts of different types of foods.
From lunchtime eateries that are maybe only open during the day to places like Jack's, which has been in downtown for 100 years. And most of the proprietors are very generous with our staff, and so we have to be careful, otherwise we would be enormous, and that would not be good.
Now, how much planning actually goes into Restaurant Week? Is it something that takes a long time to put together?
We have it down we've been doing it for 11 years, so we have a system that works fairly well in terms of the communication with all of our stakeholders. But I would say that we always try to bring a different element from a marketing and promotion standpoint. So we work pretty hard with that, and it does take a lot to organize it and promote it and get everybody all on the same page. So it's an undertaking.
Do you have any way of judging or figuring out about how many people participate in Restaurant Week?
We do. So there is a survey that is given out at all the different restaurants. And this actually, for the public side, it's an opportunity to be placed in a drawing for hundreds of dollars of gift certificates. And so we collect all that. We do a data processing system. And then we also collect cover data from each restaurant at a recap meeting. And so we use those two sources to determine how many people come out for Restaurant Week. So last year was the 10th anniversary of the event, and we ran the event for 10 days. This year it's only 7, but we estimated it about 10,000 people.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So 10,000 people influx into the city of Albany, so you know what I have to talk about, right? Parking.
We are offering free parking at the Albany Parking Authority's garages during this event. And we've been partnering with them for quite some time, and we decided that we would litmus test out this idea that if we tell people exactly where the parking is, maybe to alleviate some of the perception. So on the website, for each individual restaurant, there's actually another page there that gives the logistics of what garage is closest and what hours free parking is available, and then a pathway to walk to that specific restaurant.
So pretty much anything that, any information that anybody needs in terms of which restaurant to go to or where to park for that restaurant or whether they need reservations and even what meals they're serving as part of Restaurant Week is all on the website.
Right. The only thing that's not is dates, what friends are available. I'm joking. But yes, everything is available at downtownalbany.org. And we try to make it really easy this year. So each restaurant has their own page. And so hopefully there's no confusion in terms of what you can eat, where to park, and what times those things are available.
Now, if there's 3 or 4 people that are going to the restaurant together, not necessarily everyone has to participate in the Restaurant Week menu, or do they?
That depends on the actual restaurant itself. So sometimes there's specific restaurants, and they should tell you this when you come or make your reservation. They will be only offering that menu, and then there's other places that offer the Restaurant Week menu and their full menu.
And they could find that information out in advance as well.
They can. They would need to call the specific restaurant in order to do that. And so that would be just how they process that.
Do most restaurants nowadays in downtown Albany have some sort of like options in terms of there's a lot of people that are looking for a vegetarian meal. And I didn't look at all of the menus, but I would imagine there's quite a few that would offer something like that.
That's a great question. Actually, it's not just vegetarian, but it's gluten-free as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. So we do have several restaurants that offer vegetarian and gluten-free. The two that come to mind are the Hollow Bar and Kitchen, which has the owners are vegetarian and have a commitment to not only that type of lifestyle, but to a farm to fork type of produce and product.
That seems to be
procurement.
a lot more popular these days.
I think it is. There's the element that people want to know where their food comes from and of how fresh it is. So the other one that comes to mind is Taste, that offers quite a few gluten-free options, again, based on some of the beliefs that the owners have.
I went there, and it's a pretty amazing place in terms of the way that it looks and the meals that they serve. And I've been to quite a few of the restaurants. I haven't been to all of them. Have you been to all 16?
I have.
You have?
Like I said, it's an occupational hazard, but we definitely get around. And that's only the 16 that participate. I've actually been to every single one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All 60, you said there
Yes.
were? Wow. And are they happy to see you come?
Well, sometimes I don't think they know who I am, but
Okay.
I definitely try to mix it up and patronize everybody.
So if there's someone that may happen to be watching that has never participated in the Business Improvement District in downtown Albany, and or someone who may be just looking to get into a business, how can they find out more information about you and what you do?
That's a great question. They can come to our website, but I think the best way would probably to pick up the phone and start a conversation, because there's so many different types of businesses and opportunities nowadays, and whether or not a particular industry has financial assistance and or we might know of a turnkey situation that might be coming up, things like that might not be readily available on the website. So in terms of really starting that conversation, we're very available and welcome those types of inquiries.
And do you have any idea what the growth percentages of businesses in downtown Albany? Are more businesses moving in? Is there fewer spaces available to rent or lease?
I believe that there's an industry report that recently came out or is about to come out that actually addresses those particular things. So I don't have those numbers,
Okay.
but I believe it's the CBRE that gives that information. I know that one of the trends we've been seeing is that when a business has been coming in, it has been with the hopes and the aspirations of the owner to try something really different, and that they are coming into the marketplace with a new idea or product service, which is a great thing. And then the ones that are closing tend to be more of an attrition situation, and they are being, again, that turnkey idea filled very quickly. So that's a nice thing to see.
I told you I wasn't going to throw any stumpers at you, but you did a great job with one that we didn't talk about before. Before we went on. But so what else is going on in downtown Albany that we want to talk about?
Well, I will give you a sneak peek. We are about to announce a partnership with First Friday, which is an arts event that happens every first Friday in not just in downtown Albany, but throughout the city of Albany. And we are going to be creating a food truck event with music and some other happening at Tricentennial Park. In conjunction with that event. So, well, we won't run it in July because I believe that weekend is July 4th where that sits. We will be launching it in May and run it through October. So we're pretty excited about that.
That is an exciting thing, because who doesn't love to get lunch sometime off of a food truck, or you know, whatever time of day it happens to be. You can always count on bringing some people in for that.
Well, we're hoping to run it around the same hours that First Friday happens, which is, I believe, 5 to 9. We think we will do our event from 4 to 8 and try and get some office workers maybe coming out and enjoying being outside a little bit and participating in the First Friday event, and then seeing if they can trickle into the arts organization a little bit more. Okay.
How long have you been working for Downtown Albany Business Improvement District?
I was just talking about this with somebody. I will be 4 years in May. And I can't believe that.
And time flies by quickly.
It really has. Yeah. It really has.
Still waiting for the weather to turn around just a little bit. Would be nice for Restaurant Week if some people could spend some time walking around in the downtown area and you know, taking in, at least viewing all of the businesses before they actually decide which one of the 16 they might like to go to.
I think as the leaves come in and all the flowers get ready for Tulip Fest, which is Mother's Day weekend, by the way, that downtown has a different life to it. And I always love and appreciate that transition from the winter, not just in your own yards and throughout the city, but something special happens in downtown that kind of translates how spring and summer evolve. So it's kind of a nice thing to see. And with 400 years of architecture in the background, it's a beautiful landscape.
So I'm not going to ask you what your favorite of the 16 restaurants is, because that would be totally unfair. But I would like to ask you, is there a favorite meal that maybe you've had? And then let people figure out on their own where you might be talking about.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to stump me. Okay,
there's so many, it's hard to pick, right?
Well, okay, so I'll tell you 3 things on 3 different menus and you guys can figure it out.
Okay.
There's one restaurant that's offering something that I haven't tried, but I'm thinking it's similar to something else I've tried when I was overseas, shrimp etouffee, which is, I think it might be similar, but a little more hearty type of stew with rice, similar to jambalaya, but
I read that one too.
We'll see. And then one of the restaurants is offering a stout chocolate cake, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And very rich.
Yeah, I did see that.
I kind of focus on the desserts first, and then there is another restaurant that's offering fried dough, which I thought was kind of cool.
I didn't see that one. Now I have to go back on the website.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool offering to bring some street food carnival elements into the mix.
And the website again is
downtownalbany.org. O-R-G.
And Restaurant Week goes next week.
It starts this Saturday, April 11th, and runs through Friday, April 17th. And I think we also said that all of the menus and videos are available online at downtownalbany.org. But if you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, we're constantly shooting out last-minute information, last-minute events that might be of interest and of importance. So please come out. I hope to see you there and all of you guys.
All right, thank you very much.
It'll be great.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Again, a product of the students of the New School Center for Media. Check us out online at newschoolalbany.edu. Get more information. And thanks to all of the students for participating in the show today. And thank you for coming in.
Thanks.